evening all of you. Welcome to Revision IT program. Welcome to the module PLSQL. How are you all? All from all locations, Tarun, Vaibhav, all from Andheri Center, Bandra Center, Borvali. How are you all? Yes, Sunny, how are you? Kunal, how are you? And all of you others. So on account of New Year, Independence Day, so we did not have a session on Monday. So we gathered today. Yes, Suryani, Kunal. So till what extent you completed practice? Can I know from all of you? Have you all completed entire first book? Just click on plus and minus as opinion I want to take. Openly you can share just to know the status of you all. Okay, very good. No negative feedback so far. So I hope you are all doing well. Okay. What about the second book till 4 chapters? Click plus or minus as your feedback for this. You can share open feedback plus and minus for the second book till 4 chapters. So that is pending. Okay. So far no positive. Okay. All of you please respond. Just opinion to know the status of your machine room practice completion. That's all. Fine. Okay, I understood. So please concentrate where we are in the 5th chapter and we are moving with the concept of understanding Oracle supplied packages for application development. I am sharing the screen using Oracle supplied packages in application development. This chapter is somehow conceptual and mostly it is a theoretical approach. Reason, we are going to analyze certain Oracle inbuilt packages. Some are well-known thing to us. You are aware of one particular package as part of Oracle supplied packages, and we are identifying some more packages which we use in application development. What is the platform in Oracle for application development? Can anyone respond to this question? What is the platform in Oracle for application development? Can I know from all of you? Anyone can respond. What is the platform? In the sense, what is the technology or what type of Oracle application tool support for application development? Fine. So I want to share Oracle Forms Developer. No, Akshay. I shared that Akshay Mahinder. Could you please see that? See, generally in Oracle we have 3 different modules. SQL, which you have Oracle SQL, then Oracle PLSQL, so that you are learning. Then if you want to be a developer, you can go for Oracle Forms Developer. Okay, so that is the actually 3rd level of continuation. Even with only PLSQL, we have a lot of market opportunities, jobs. We have jobs with PLSQL map. But till next extent, if you want to go for that, Oracle Forms Developer. So Forms Developer is one type of a opportunity in industry for database development. Okay, point taken, all of you. So these are all actually levels of continuity towards a developer track of Oracle technologies. Fine. In case if anyone is interested to go for administration from SQL, you will go for admin level 1 admin level 2 and performance tuning, that is one more level. So SQL is common one for admin track or a developer track. So can I know from all of you? So why I explained that in the application development platform, so certain packages are required. Those packages also we are going to identify now. All of you please respond. I hope you are all clear with whatever I explained. Those who are joining slowly, late, so they may find some difficulty of this. Got it. Yes, Sunny. Very good. Fine. Yes, Akshay. Akshay said it is clear. Right. So now in this we are going to explore some of the packages. One particular package is well-known package to us because we are using this package in many statements of PLSQL block to display some output on the result screen. So how DBMS output package works is the one we will discuss, and how a utility file package to direct output to operating system files. So what is the operating system file, how it works, I will share. Main features of the main package related to sending some data through the mail. So utility package of mail. So util underscore file is a utility file package. Util underscore mail is a utility mail package. So once again we shall recall what is the meaning of package. Package is a predefined program statements. Those are all certain features, those are all will be created, and you can use the package directly in any program as you require. So the DBMS underscore output, we don't know how it works, but we are taking an advantage of displaying some output on the screen. Otherwise, from server, when server is sending message, how to display the message is not known to us. Point taken. So server is responding with some messages to the client environment. The client is able to present those messages to the user environment using the package, because the server response can understand by client only. So as you are a client, you may interact with the server to access the server data. So operationally, when server is responding with some messages, these messages can be captured and can be displayed in the client environment using DBMS underscore output package, right? So that is actually the server environment to client environment. Otherwise, if you don't use it, it would be sent back to the client, but client cannot present it to you. That is actually output package. Point taken. So server and client environment or user environment. Fine. This is a general concept, and now we are moving to have a discussion on Oracle supplied packages. And there are hundreds of different packages, but we are identifying as there are many packages available. You want me to share the complete packages list? Very big package list is available, but those are all not required for us at this stage to learn, right? See, when you are studying something as a course in a particular technology platform, till what extent is required to become a developer, that is enough. But when you become a developer, you may work on different things. So there are many different packages are there, administration related packages, application development related packages, and performance or data analysis related, performance related, optimization related packages, security related packages. So there is no limit of the availability of the packages in all areas. So there are certain packages we are exploring, not everything. So out of this, some packages we will discuss and we will identify. In this, even if you go for practical approach, you never experience, because the environment of the usage of these packages with combination of application development, right? Can I know from all of you? Just click on plus. So now once if you understand the first point here, are provided with the Oracle server. So these packages, most of the packages you no need to install separately. When you install Oracle Server, those packages will be installed automatically. Sometimes the updations of the Oracle, whatever you installed on your computer, whatever the other packages you require, sometimes you may need to upgrade it. But generally, those are all provided with Oracle Server. When you install it, all these packages will be installed automatically. So those are all, in other words, it is called as library packages. So Oracle supplied packages, you can consider it as a library package. So I'm writing here as lib. Generally, these are called as library packages. In Java, how you are using packages, you are importing packages. Same manner, here also we have many ready-made libraries. Fine. Extend the functionality of the database, enable access to certain SQL features that are normally restricted for PLSQL. Because PLSQL is a programmatic approach. SQL is a database communication language. There is some difference between these two. But when you are working with PLSQL, some of the SQL related features are not available. So those are all you can access using these packages. So DBMS output package was originally designed to debug PLSQL programs. Reason, it generates an error, it generates some output for errors. So without knowing that this is displaying some errors, we are finding errors generating in the screen. See, when I write a statement for achieving something in the Oracle environment as a program, if I write, if the program runs well, then I will get an output, or I will get the result whatever I expected. But in case if my program is wrongly written, I will get an error message. That error message I will read and I will check where the error has taken place. This is a normal practice of every programmer, right? But how error is generating, how error is displaying, so that is output package, which is already been defined for the purpose of generating some errors. Point taken? All of you please respond. So that is the purpose of error presentation. So there are many different abbreviated list of Oracle supplied packages. These are all not the things to be discussed practically, and even not other things are not part of our program, our course also even. But we need to know these are the different category of the packages available. Without knowing something is available there, suppose I joined as a developer initially. So now my job is developer. So I am very fine that I can easily work with whatever the job assigned to me, because I know the Oracle wise how to use different type of data types, variables. I know how to work with different applications. I know how to write a program using controls, features, constructs, everything. But if I move to a different area to work with any mailing services of Oracle Server, and if I work with anything related to the transaction management of the servers, if I am joined in a different department where the department defines some notifications and alert messages to the users of the database, and if it is related to sessions, how can I come to know the session related packages are available? So in case of any application communication, so those are all. In case of any internet or networking related HTTP protocols, and some are related to backup, restoration, server load balancing, schedulers. All these are all part of these available packages. Can I know from all of you? And I want to read some data from a particular file in my computer operating system. So those are all the different files. And nice drawing. Okay. Akshay. Right? So now my job initially can be something as I expected, but in the journey of our life in the IT sector, job would not be the same. We will move to different areas, and we need to explore. While you are learning this, we need to explore what are all available. Okay, so that is the one I just made you all clear, I hope. Fine. So some of the things we will discuss and we will identify, not everything. So it is completely theoretical and conceptual. And I will show some programs also, but result oriented, it doesn't show anything to you because it's the infrastructure related requirements. So you need to have one file sharing servers. I'll explain all those things. So DBMS output package, that package is well-known package to us. So this package sends messages from stored procedures and triggers. Triggers are not being completed in our program. We will discuss triggers in the coming sessions. So put and put line, get and get lines to read the data from the buffers or to write some data into the buffers. So these two are the methods available in that particular package. We can use those methods. Messages are not sent until the sending subprogram or trigger completes. So because that is a common process when you are sending some data from one package to another package or from one subprogram to another program, as long as the program is in running flow, it never sends the data to other program. So use set server output on is a property to display messages on SQL developer or SQL star plus. Otherwise, the purpose of this is to read and write operations into the files actually, right? But if you use set server output on the property, then it would display on the screen also. So how much data it should display can be mentioned in the size parameter also. I have uploaded many examples of some chapters, almost all the first book completed. Second book, some chapters I am uploading. In that I will upload some additional content of the output package, how it works also. So additional content of how an output package works, how to pass different parameters for output package, I request you all to go through. Okay? Point taken. Fine. Any questions? Who joined just now? Fine. All of you please respond. So now we shall see one more small example here. Util file package. This util file package to interact with the operating system. What the general workflow I want to share with you all, so that I will move forward to explain much more. Okay. Then why do we need to interact with the operating system? I will share. So assume that there is an environment where you generally consider it as a database that I want to draw. This is the database, but where this database resides? It resides on a server computer, right? I am drawing it as a server computer where database is a member index. Now you may communicate with the database to perform some operations of the storage, retrieval and other operations in the database server. So I made it as a server here. So one small point will make you very clear with whatever I am trying to explain. So you can consider there is a Oracle client. So Oracle client can be an application. Oracle client can be ISQL Star Plus, or it can be developer environment. Okay, any one of these environments can be considered as a client. So this you can consider as a server, where this server is stored some data in the database, right? So this is the one you can consider it as a server. Now as it is a server, this always will be with a database over here, and always it will be with a operating system also. So this part you can consider is a operating system. So how do you communicate with the operating system of your server where you have some data? So that's this point I request you all to analyze whatever I have written here. So now as a user you may communicate with the database, but how do you communicate with your operating system? Point taken. How do you communicate with your operating system? That is very important to analyze. So your request, why do we need to communicate with the operating system? Some of the files like a student feedback can be stored as a text file, or else or else like some of the files like documents can be stored as a file in the operating system platform. Reason, we should not think that data will be stored in the database permanently. Data will be stored in the hard disk permanently. Point taken, all of you. Data will not be stored in the database. Data will be stored always in the hard disk, computer hard disk, as it is a storage device. But how can you interact with the storage device? Using only, we can interact using only operating system. Without the operating system, we cannot interact with, without the operating system, we cannot interact with the storage environment. So, at this context, you need to analyze how you can communicate with the operating system using your database. So, there only the software package is required, as it is a utility package. Can I know from all of you? Can I get the response from all of you? I am sharing some more concept in this, then easily you can analyze it. So just I have to spend few minutes of time for drawing to make you much clear. This is you can consider as your computer storage. So hard disk drive is the storage. Now here I need to have a package. My package is UTL package. So that is UTL file package. So generally when you want to share a feedback or when you are creating some document using some text environment, you will type something where that will be recorded. That can be stored in the form of a file in the computer storage environment. So this file data can be read and write operations, because leave letter I submitted. So leave application is different. I have written a mail document. The mail also should be stored. In case of smaller environment, big environment, mail messengers and mail message servers and mail servers, exchanging servers, those are all will be there. But in general environment, my particular file, whatever I sent, that has to be handled by my utility file package to communicate with this. So for creating directories, create directory statement I can use. Expecting response from all of you. Any questions? Fine. So without the operating system, even for data storage, retrieval also from storage environment only. But data, if you store in a document type file, that utility package is required. Fine. There are many different type of packages, but one by one, once if you analyze the thing, you can create a directory as whatever you required. So I want to share a small example here. 1 minute. So I want to create a directory. Actually, create directory statement is almost like a folder creation. Who are clicking no? Can I know from all of you? If you have any question, you can ask me. For that, if you click no, no problem. But if you have any doubt, you can ask me. So I'm writing my directory. So you can specify the location where you want to create a directory. So there you can mention in which location you want to create it. Fine. So as I can mention the location as somewhere I want to create. So temp location, temp files. Actually these temp files are available in your Linux platform or Unix platform. As we are all working with the platform of Windows, so then we don't experience the same temp folder. But actually I am sharing this as this is an example for creating a directory. So that is the reason it is showing a message. Temp directory is already existing. So I want to change. One minute. So this is the way you can create a directory. So I am able to create a directory, but how it is possible? this is the package. Util package is allowing me to communicate with the operating system environment. That's the point. All of you, please respond. So then you can grant privileges to the user on this particular directory to work with this. And operating system to operating system, this file path and specifications, everything will be changed. Okay, only this is a small example. It is not fixed for operating system environment. Reason, when you consider this, I thought of creating a file in this platform, right? Assume that this is the file you created. This is the file. File we have created using utility file package, as you have issued a statement as create directory. So create directory statement is nothing but my directory 1 got created in computer environment, as this is the environment. This package allowed us to create the my directory. So this is the file or folder got created. Any questions? All of you, please respond. So if you recall a small concept of understanding utility file package procedures and functions, so it is like our like Java or C# languages, whatever languages, C or C++. There we have different type of like readily available methods of those packages. Fine. So this utility package, some complete list of the subprograms are nothing but these subprograms are utility package programs, procedures and functions which are available. You can find from the Oracle database reference book. So that is type reference book of 11G release 2 version. This complete list will be available. So isOpen is a method, fopen is a method, fclose is a method. These are the methods available. File, is there a space after F? No. That you can directly use it. Okay, fclose, fopen is directly your methods. There is no need to any space in between also. Okay. Yes, Sunny. Got the point. So there are many different packages available. Yes. So you please recall the concept of files which you generally learn in your languages. Okay. You can read the data from the file and you can write data into the file. Okay. And you can handle exceptions in the files. Those are all actually the concept of working with the files. Any questions? All of you please respond. Utility file examples, even if we are observing that, I want to share an example here. You can see there is a big procedure for complete file creation and reading the file also. So this big program will make you to analyze what the way the file works, but it is a very big result oriented program. So this is a procedure to read the data from the file. This path environment and specifications are not special for Windows. These are all for Linux environment. So you can create a file name is ffile and using utility file package dot file type. So what data type it is now? It is a file data type it is. So such a way the specification you should analyze and you should understand. Buffer is the area from where to where the data can be traveled. That memory area is called as a buffer. Buffer you created and buffer with the size of varchar data type of 200 characters. So that is the memory block. So lines is the variable number of lines. You declared it as a integer and initialized with a 0. Then in the program of the procedure to read the data from the file. So create a procedure read file. So directory variable name as p directory, file name varchar of 2. These two you will pass as parameters. Point taken. So procedure takes two parameters. One is the name of the directory and one is the name of the file to read the data. Fine. So then start is the output message. Then if not utility file dot is open. If that particular file is not open, then it has to open the file. So then that has been terminated. The file has to be opened taking the file directory and file name with a mode called as R mode. R mode is file read mode. So it has to read the data from the file. So then it has to display the file has been opened. Then it has to read the data from the file one line after one line. So begin loop. Using the getLine method, it has to read the data from the file into the temporary allocated memory, that is called as buffer. So line equal to line plus 1. Repeatedly, line by line, the data has to be read. So when lines total, you consider that you have to convert into the character, and it has to be converted into the ASCII numbers of the characters and to be stored into the buffer. Then loop has to be terminated. Exception, if the data not found, then it has to show, because it's continuously reading, finally it reaches to the end of the file. Then it has to show it has reached to end of file. End. So number of lines read from the file. Then file has to be closed. Closing and opening and closing. Using here you can see f open method and here f close method. So endish and end read file. What is read file? My procedure has been closed. So that's the way you can create a complete procedure for reading the data from the file. So this is the way all you can use. Can I know from all of you? I hope you all have understood. I executed it once. Procedure created. You can see the output. It comes back to you all. You can see the output. Then this procedure, when it is created, if you want to read the data from that particular file, in case of the file has some data, so the file name can be stored or passed as a output here. Show error attribute and set server output on. But here in this computer, we don't have such file actually to read. Reports underscore dir, that is the directory, and the instructor.txt is the file name. When you execute it, if the file is start open and no errors, you can see the file start open, so no errors, and you can see start and open will be visible to you all at the end. Fine. And reading file, there is a file reading error. Remaining all statements you can analyze over there. Can I know from all of you? Programmatically, it would be bigger in size, but objectively, the concept is simple and easy. So I'm sharing this document once. So try to analyze how you are sending a request or reading the file that you send to here, but that has been communicated with util package, and from util package that has been sent back to the operating system as it is communicated to here, and from here it has to reach to the directory. Can I know from all of you? I hope you all have followed this well. All of you please respond. I hope you all have followed. Just click on plus. From Jayanagar. What happened? All are appearing in disabled state. Fine. And now we shall discuss about, actually, that is a concept of util mail package. Okay, util mail package. What is the need of the mail package here? The mail package is to send some package data, like how you are using is including a mail feature into the database. So generally, while you are working with the database environment, many of the information will send and we supposed to receive about the database operations to the all users of the database, because these databases will be in a big network architectures and there are many different people will work and associate with the same objective of working with the database. That point of time, they all should communicate with some information as the notification messages or some communication messages related to all type of events taken place in the database, login information, so like deadlock situations or like some migrations of the data situations or some backup procedures. So many things can be shared between the people, but how the messages can be delivered through the database using the mail services within the network environment. So that is actually the feature of util mail package. All of you please respond. One minute please. Fine. So it is for the purpose of managing mails environment of your database management system, entire platform. Requires the setting of the SMTP out server database initialization parameter. Is a pure administrative task of arranging these type of features in your database platform. So using the different procedures, send message without attachments, send attach for messages with binary attachments. So generally you know that CC, BCC, like carbon copy, block carbon copy and attachments, and send attach varchar to message with text attachments. So these are all different things you can do by installing this package. Okay. So you should log in as a DBA. It is a purely an administrative task, but we need to understand the role of the package. See, don't click on plus if you have any confusion. It's very clear from my side from the beginning. This session will explore for the knowledge of understanding the other packages which are available. Conceptually only max of the things you can understand. So file creation easily you can do practically, but mail creation we don't have the servers to exchange the mails now. Taken point, we don't have any collaborative tools to manage and present anything to you all now. But in industry, when you are working as a DBA role holder, you will come to know or you will come across the utility mail package. Even if you are not experiencing it directly, because the infrastructure may be ready with all these things by the time you join into the company, right? But you will have a knowledge of something which is there in your infrastructure of the databases. As an employee, when you enter into an industry of any IT platform company, there directly you may start your work because those are all already been made ready for us, right? So that is my humble request. If you have any question, you can ask me, right? All of you just click on plus if you are following with the concept and somehow that's like a way how a package works. All of you please respond. Not for one or two members, I am addressing you all. Karun, Anshul, Vaibhav, Rajnagar Center, Old DLF, Jaynagar, Andheri West Center, Borvali. Fine. So in this entire architecture you can see. Install the utility mail package in your database server environment. So there, that is the first step. Then second step, define the out server initialization parameter. So using that parameter, the data can be sent and grant the user with the required privileges. Then only user can send the data. So when you are the user with the required privileges, you can invoke util mail package. Then only you can establish the environment to send the mails. So this is the actually mail services. Otherwise, it is not easy for us to work with the mail services. Okay? Point taken. So there are some different procedures are available to send it to the different, like using a send procedure you can see here. What is actually very simple in our real life, in daily life, in case of this package, it would be something different. Utility mail.send is the procedure of that particular package. Sender name, recipient name in data type, CC, BCC, subject, message type, priority. So these are all we will provide as your preferences for that. Okay. Point taken. These are all we will provide as preferences for this message. These are all generally we use in our mail applications. Same manner we can send some raw attachments, binary attachments also, text attachments, because while we are working with these type of mail packages, we will send some attachments like raw attachments, binary attachments, some text attachments directly we can send. All of you please respond. This is all about this concept of understanding Oracle. Some of the Oracle built-in packages, not everything, only few. Right. So in this session we had a discussion on understanding output package, file package and mail package. So file package also we had a discussion practically. Output package is a well-known package to us. This is the mail only. We had a discussion only subject only. Okay. These are tiny chapters, small chapters with small topics. Dynamic SQL. So you may find it is a new topic, but it's not a new topic, but to some extent it is a different way how you work with the PLSQL programming. So any idea about the dynamic SQL? Okay. So I want to share some points for dynamic SQL. What is this process I will share? Sometimes if the video is not showing there, don't worry, the session is going on. Okay. 1 minute please. Fine. Certain objectives we need to explore for understanding dynamic SQL. Okay. To understand the dynamic SQL, you need to understand how our SQL statement work. So that is the first one. We need to understand how our SQL statements work. So that is describe the execution flow of SQL statements. General SQL statements. So whatever we learned in our SQL and PLSQL, here we will discuss how those statements work. Then we will discuss about build and execute SQL statements dynamically using NDS. that short form you remember, native dynamic SQL. So what is the difference between general SQL execution? So that is the one we have taken as the first point that you please identify here. Execution flow of SQL statement is the first one. Then how it will be a dynamic SQL statement. So that is what is native dynamic SQL statement. The differences I will explain. So the situations when you must use the DBMS SQL package instead of native dynamic SQL statements to build and execute SQL statements dynamically. So where you should use this is the one we need to discuss. So till that point it would be like a confusion in mind. So you may think that what is the meaning of dynamic SQL. To understand dynamic SQL we need to understand how our SQL works, okay, which is already been covered to you all. So now here you can see execution flow of your SQL statements. Any SQL statement, whatever you type, I explained in the concept of procedures and functions, something related to the way how a statement will be parsed, how a statement will be bind to the data. Binding is like after parsing, Oracle server has to bind the data to the variables. So that is binding, then executing, then fetching the data. Fine. So those four other operations are common. Parsing, whether the statement is well formed or not, means properly created or not. Second thing, what are the variables you declared or mentioned in the program? Those are all the variables how to be bind with the data values. Okay. These are called as binding variables. Did you all remember? We had a discussion on bind variables also. Fine. Then execution. So execution is in the sense that every statement has to be executed, but some of the SQL statements you may write, some of the package like output package statements you write. So SQL statements will be executed. Output statement like DBMS underscore output dot putter underscore line message, that will be the last statement. So likewise the order of the execution, then fetching the data, like whatever the data you require in the query, that can be fetched and presented to you. So these are all four actions are common, but some stages may not be relevant for all statements. The fetch phase is applicable to query because when you write a query, binding is not part of that. Okay, execution only will make you everything to get it. Binding will not be there. For embedded SQL statements such as select, DML, merge, commit, save point and rollback, the parse and bind phase are none at compile time, because these are all general commit statements, save point statement, rollback statements are actually will be taken place at the time of parsing and binding. Both will be run at compilation only, because it's not a user defined program. These are all readily available inbuilt components or libraries. Fine. But dynamic SQL statements, what is the major advantage? These are all you can combine as a single statement at a time. You can run it, so that all the things can be done at runtime. Fine. Compile time and runtime, two different ways you can execute it. Compilation process is what? Parsing, then binding, then execution, then output, nothing but fetch. But you can combine all at a time, as a you can execute at runtime. Program is running, application is running, that particular point of time using runtime features you can run it. Okay. Are you all clear what is dynamic SQL statements? Please respond. If you have any question, you can ask me. Clear? Yes, Sunny responded as it's clear. Okay. So when you are working with dynamic SQL, so use dynamic SQL to create SQL statements, statement structure which takes place a small change at runtime. So runtime in the sense, generally When you send it from the client, it would be reaches to the client server environment. Then operations will take place only at server. But in case of runtime, it is a continuous workflow. Anytime that particular statement can be modified. In SQL statement with varying column data or different conditions with or without placeholders like bind variables, you can execute it, column data, DDL statement, DCL statement, session control statements to be written and executed from PLSQL because there is no proper work order in that. So you can use native dynamic SQL statements or DBMS_SQL package. Using this package, you can run this without the all stages of parsing, binding, executing, and output. Okay, so all you can combine as a single one. So use dynamic SQL when the full text of the dynamic SQL statement is unknown until runtime. Means what statement will execute until it started execution. Therefore, its syntax is checked at runtime rather than at compile time. So program is executed, that time only it checks validness of the statement. Fine. So what situation you should use? You should use in the situations of text of the SQL statement such as commands, clauses, and other things. Number of data types of host variables. References of data objects such as tables, columns, indexes, sequences, usernames, and views. For all these things, you can use the pre-compile time, you can use SQL statements. Fine. The dynamic SQL to make your PLSQL program more general and flexible. We'll see, practically I will share how to work with these dynamic SQL statements. Then we shall move forward. Okay. I'm sharing a screen and I want to share some examples to you. I'm checking for the table. So the table is there. We shall see the table structure. No rows selected means table is there. Okay. So I want to see the structure of the table. Only one column is there. Fine. So just we are creating a function here. You can look into the function. All of you who clicked on minus, in case if you have any question, you can ask me. This is the function delete rows function we are creating. What generally we create a statement for deleting rows. We'll write a statement like delete table, table name, and where clause if you use whatever the record you want to delete, that can be deleted. Okay. So if you look into this, in this table there is no data, but I want to create a table. Table name is ABC. Drop table ABC I am dropping. Then I want to create a table. Okay. Create table ABC. So the same manner I am creating a table, ABC table. There I want to mention some columns. So ABC table name varchar data type, number data type. So two different columns I created in this table. This is not required. So ABC table got created. So simple table I created. Now I am placing this ABC table whatever I have created. I want to insert the data into this table. So this is the data I am inserting in this table. Fine, one row got created. I want to create one more row, 101. So BBB. So one more row got created. So I want to display the data from the table. So you can see two records are there in that particular table. Now if you want to delete these two records, what the statement generally we issue? Delete star from table or delete table, simple, point taken. So instead of that, we are creating a procedure, delete row procedure. What the procedure should do? The procedure has to take the name of the table. This table name will be taken as a parameter. Procedure will run dynamically because it is a pre-compiled object. It would be stored in the database. And return number. The procedure or function returns a number back. Execute immediate delete from the table name, whatever the table you will pass as a parameter, that only will be taken. And number of rows, whatever have been deleted, will be returned using row count. The row count is an attribute of your cursor property. So output.put line, delete rows, number of rows, whatever have been deleted, will be presented over there. So this is the one I am creating, as this is the procedure. Already the delete rows procedure is existing. I want to change the name. One minute. Still the function created, but some error is also displayed. Okay, because table or view does not exist, that is the reason it is showing an error. Okay, now I want to pass a message using this begin dbms underscore output and dot put line. I want to delete the rows. Employee names actually we have passed, but I want to pass ABC now. Okay, so I want to do one small change. I don't want to pass everything at this stage. Now I want to create a procedure function. Create or replace function I have used. Then the function got created with the same name. Now I want to pass this message. Okay, this message I am passing. So this I want to close. Then I am placing this. Delete rows. Actually my function name is, I changed the name of the function as the function delete rows underscore table. Okay, so that I want to copy once. You please observe that I'm changing the function name. It's not a big program, it's a very simple program. You please observe. So my table name, my function name is delete rows underscore table. Then I'm executing it by writing execute immediate is the property, delete from whatever the table name you will pass, that table data I'm deleting. Otherwise it is very easy to delete the statement. So if you have any question, you can ask me who are clicking on this. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, all of you. Any questions? I'm waiting. Now you all can share the question. If you want me to explain again, I will explain from the beginning. Okay? Or else you can say where you are finding difficulty. All of you, please respond. I'm waiting for you all. Yes, Harsh, I will explain. See, Harsh, I created a table first. Okay. What is the table name here? ABC is the table I created. So I request you all to analyze the table first. So the table, 2 records are there. To delete the data from the table, what the statement I will use? Generally, I can use delete ABC table. Okay. Sugyani? No doubt. Okay, Sugyani, great. So now ABC is the name I can use. Okay. If I don't use where class, it can delete all records. But when you execute this statement, what would happen, you know? It would be parsed first, then it would be bind in case of anything is there, then it would be executed. So these are all options will be taken place one after one: parsing, compilation and execution. Okay. So this same concept I explained to you all in procedure stage. Now to avoid all those things, you are making this statement as a dynamic SQL statement. How? You are making it as a function. The function takes the table name. Function is already parsed statement, right? You are avoiding parsing because you are directly calling the function to pass a table name. So function takes a table name and return number of records deleted. That using execute immediate property, delete from whatever the table name you will pass, that table name will be taken as a parameter. So that table name taken and delete from table. Return number of rows deleted. So that is the procedure. Then when you are executing it, you have taken a putline method because set server output on you should use. Then when you are using this method, delete rows is my procedure or function name. So now I am taking this function. So this function I am calling. At the time of calling the function, delete rows underscore table, ABC is the table name I am passing. So then when ABC is sent, that ABC will be copied into P table name variable. So P table name variable will be taken as the table name to delete the data from the table. Fine. And number of records, whatever I have deleted, can be recorded out there. So that is the actually so 2 rows deleted, PLSQL procedure successfully completed. You can ask me a question. So why you are taking this much of round trip for deleting 2 rows, right? This is a complete round trip to avoid many of the processes related to compilation, parsing, compilation and execution. So you made your general SQL statement as a dynamic SQL statement. Okay? All of you please respond. Fine. So I have used execute immediate statement. Where I should use execute immediate statement? I can use execute immediate statement, native dynamic SQL statements or PLSQL anonymous blocks. So in any of these statements, I can use execute immediate statement. Point taken, all of you? So what is the role of execute immediate statement? It prepares a statement, executes, returns the variables, and then deallocate the memory also. So those many things will be done by execute immediate statement. Fine? All of you please respond. Any questions? So you can see how you can create a table using dynamic SQL statement. Table creation is a very common thing, right? Create table, table name. But when you are creating a table, it will be parsed for many things, right? Create table statement, table name generally we mentioned immediately. Then one column, primary key column, second column, varchar data type column. But this you are making as a dynamic SQL statement. How? You are creating a procedure for creating a table. So that procedure will be executed because it's a pre-compiled object. So there will be no question of parsing compilation when procedure is executed. So create table is the name of the procedure. Takes the table name as data type. Column specifications as varchar2. So two different parameters will be taken. Execute immediate. The role of the execute immediate, prepare the statement, means make the statement ready. Execute the statement, return the variable, and in case of any memory is there to be deallocated, that would be taken care by execute immediate. So create table, table name and column specifications. Table name will be taken and column specifications will be taken. So you are passing table name as employee table name. Okay, that you can see here. I am selecting once again with a red color. Employee name is the table name, and column specifications, one is ID and one is name. So execute immediate, execute the table creation statement immediately. Table name and column specifications have been taken. Point taken. All of you please respond. Delete row statement, whatever the delete row statement I have shown, the same thing is there in your SQL book also. You can use that from your courseware directly. Any questions? So single row query, you can use it for query statement also. Only the thing you are changing in the entire function. So if it is a big one, if you feel like it is a big one, I will show that function to you. Very easy to process it is. I am sharing that example directly to you all. Fine. So our objective is to retrieve the data from employees table where employee ID equal to whatever the employee ID you will pass. Okay. This is the one, whatever I selected, that you can see here. I am executing. I copied this. Select star from employees where employee ID equal to 100. So that particular employee record will be returned. So I am just sharing that example. So employee ID 100, Steven, the last name is King. Okay, that is the data. So the same thing we are going to do using a function get employee. This is a query statement. If this query statement is executed as a general statement, what will happen, you know? Again parsing, compilation, everything. So you are making it as a function based query. So get employee is the name of the function. What it will take? It will take employee ID. So this 100, instead of giving here directly, you will pass this 100 at the time of calling the function. Okay. So this is that get employee function is calling by passing 100. So when you pass 100 here, that will be copied into the variable employee ID. That 100 will be taken, Yes, this is the employee ID here. But where the values will be copied? For that, it is returning employee's data row type, complete row type, and taking a statement as varchar data type and variable employee record as row type data type. So execute immediate the statement whatever that return data into the employee record using variable employee ID. So this is the variable employee ID. Return that particular record because everything will be recorded as a record. Point taken. So that is the statement I'm copying, and this one I want to execute here. Name already existing, replace function got created. So now I want to execute this statement. So only that particular employee 100 I want to read. So employee king, because you copied into the variable, then you retrieved the data from the variable. So instead of the complete row, it has shown the employee ID. So employee name, last name. All of you please respond. Is it clear to you all? Please respond, all of you. Any questions? Any questions? I'm waiting for your message. Fine. So this is one approach. Second one is using DBMS_SQL package. And in between that, I want to share one more point here. When you are using these type of messages, the conceptually you need to remember always this type of dynamic SQL statements does not create a complexity of the consumption of the time for compilation, parsing and binding, and these SQL statements, general SQL statement will work dynamically at runtime because the function or a procedure whatever you create, that only will be invoked by passing these parameters. Okay. So DBMS_SQL package. This package will work like a dynamic PLSQL block, a dynamic SQL package. Write dynamic SQL in stored procedure and to parse DDL statements. So that is actually, we had a discussion in some extent as creating a table. Okay. And but apart from that, we have some other things in these packages like cursors. And when you are working with the any other Oracle proprietary related triggers, such type of situations, you can use this dynamic SQL package. So you must use DBMS_SQL package to execute dynamic SQL statements that has an unknown number of input and output variables, also known as the method 4. Okay. Using this, you can execute without knowing how many are going to be executed in this, you can execute it. Point taken. Generally, when you are executing a statement, if the return value is 10, you will use 10 variables. If the number of records returning from a particular executable statement, if you get 20, you will use 20 variables. Point taken. But here you are using this one related to a way of how you can execute a cursor. So cursor returns how many, we don't know, right? So in most cases, native dynamic SQL is easier to use and performs better than DBMS SQL, except when dealing with method 4. Method 4 is like some variables, output variables like cursors. You must use the dbms underscore SQL package in the following situations: when you don't know the select list at compile time, if you don't know how many columns a select statement will return. So that is the one will be done by cursor always. Okay. So when you are using this package, open cursor, par, bind variables, execute, fetch rows, close cursor. So these are the different procedures and functions we will use in it. Then only we can work with this. I want to share a small example on this. Create or replace function, delete all rows. The name of the function, delete all rows. How many rows? We don't know. So you want to take a table name, because it is a function, takes a table name as parameter, return number. There you declared a cursor ID as an integer and rows deleted as number. So cursor ID is the variable. You are opening a cursor by using open cursor property, right? So open cursor is a method of dynamic SQL package. So using dynamic SQL package, you are opening a cursor. So that is the one I shared, and I request you all to look into this. Then again I'll share that example. Open cursor is the first one. Then dbms underscore SQL dot parse. You are itself checking by using parse method the cursor ID delete from. Cursor ID is what? When you pass the cursor ID as integer number, then whatever it's supposed to be deleted will be deleted. Delete from the table name whatever you supply. So when you supply, the table name will be taken as a parameter. So here you are sending a table name, whatever you want to delete, that only will be deleted. I will share that example by showing how you are calling delete all rows function with temp employee. So temp employee is the table as the employee table. So that is the parse with cursor ID, delete from table name, and dbms underscore SQL dot native. So it is a dynamic SQL statement. Rows deleted using SQL dot execute, and the cursor ID you are using. How many rows deleted we don't know, because it's not fixed. When you are deleting the rows from the table, it can be 10 rows or 20 rows or 200 rows. So then after completion of that, a cursor has to be closed using the cursor ID, and it has to return the rows deleted. The rows deleted will be returned as the value. Okay, rows deleted is the variable. So you are creating a table, as the table is the temp table and from employees table. So you are copying the data into that. Then you are executing the package with all the specifications. The package name is, so temp underscore employee is the table name. The table name will be passed as parameter to here at the time the function is called. So what is the function name? Delete all rows. So the function name is delete all rows with the table name. So what I want to do, I want to create this table first. In this, the table will be created, temp employee, temp employee is already existing. Okay, so I want to drop this table temp employee, then I want to create it once again. So table drop. So now I want to create the table. What table I am creating? I am creating a temp employee table from employees table. So entire data has been copied into temp employees table. So this we shall see. So now if you look into this, the entire employees table data is stored as temp employee. So you are creating a function. The function takes the table name, delete the data from the temp employee table. So now I created the function got created. Now you are calling the function using this output message. So how many rows have been deleted. So this function I am copying. Before that I want to use so rows deleted 110, that you can see here. All of you please respond. Is it clear to you all? Everyone please respond. Fine. TBMS underscore package. So that you please observe here. Using execute method of this, you are executing. These are all tiny chapters. I hope you all can go through this. Next chapter will be design considerations for PLSQL code. That is one chapter. And then we will have the content of the working with triggers. So design how you can write the programs in PLSQL, what guidelines you should follow at the time of creating, what are the standard ways of defining program statements. So those are all actually design considerations. Then we will have the chapter, 8th chapter is triggers. And 9th chapter also will be continued with triggers. Fine. So I want to share a small timetable to you all. When is the exam date? Can anyone know that? Are you all following your schedule, back schedule? Sugyani responded with a date. Yes. All have given a schedule date as 29th. Okay. As per the system, that is showing as 29th. Okay. So I am mentioning that 29th as per the system, but it would be on 26th or 29th. You consider it as 26th, or else Monday is the exam date, that you can write it as 29th. But here I want to share some schedule to you all. I request you all to join for a class tomorrow. Can I know from all of you? Can you all join for a class on tomorrow and day after tomorrow? Is it possible? 2 days, tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Click on plus. Same time. No change in time slot. Time is same. Very good, you are all. That is the spirit of learning, right? Wait, what is the reason we wait? Any point we wait? Any problem? Sugyani? Because I want to take up tomorrow and day after tomorrow. 2 classes I want to take up. I will tell why. I will tell. Wait. So I request you all to join for the classes. I am mentioning the dates also. Please follow my schedule, whatever I am sharing with you all. Then you all can talk. Okay. Today is 18th, 19th. So 18th is Wednesday. Till Sunday I have dragged it. Okay, 22nd. So now when you go to the Monday, that is 23rd. Okay, I don't think so. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct, right? August. No, why it has come? Okay, wrong it is. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 17th it is. Okay. That's why date is, I wrote it as 18th. Tomorrow 18th. 22nd is Monday. Right? 23rd. I will tell why I am asking you all to join. Again 29th is Monday. This is the calendar. So today we had a class. And I request you all to join these 2 days. Why I will tell. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we don't have SLT. No classes on those 4 days through SLT. On the reason of studio maintenance, there will be no class can be conducted. Yes, Raksha Bandhan you are all expecting, right? Tomorrow. So these 4 days. So there is no class on coming Monday. No class on Wednesday. All of you please analyze this. Manoj? Only the next class will be on 26th. Point taken. So out of this class is already been completed, right? We have only the next 2 days and this day. So that is the reason I am asking you all to join. Then you will have a gap of 2 days for the last chapter and to continue with the exam. So this is the exam date. Can I know from all of you, is it clear to you all? I cannot delete, Sunny. Actually, this should be conducted on 26th, but that has been pushed to 29th. Fine. So that is the reason these 4 days no class. Only 17th, 18th, 19th I can conduct 3 classes, and 26th I can conduct 1 more class. So that is the reason I am asking you all. For only evening, I request you all to join tomorrow. No Rohan. Not in my hand, Rohan. It is a fixed schedule. Fine. Now you all can share your opinion. After I explain this, now you all can share your opinion. Not wrong, you can share your opinion. So by considering the importance of the classes, because what I selected is 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Usually our class days, we don't have classes. Because studio maintenance is there on these days. No classes in studio maintenance. Fine. No classes in studio maintenance. Okay, Sunny, I understood. Okay, I'll do tomorrow. Yes, yes. As Devender, everyone I understood. So I don't want you all to join on tomorrow. Okay. So next class will be on 19th. I can understand. Don't worry. All Borivali Center, everyone. First one is Raksha Bandhan. Okay. Fine. So. Okay. All of you now. That is natural. That you all should come. There is no exemption in this. Now you all can conveniently, you all can follow your schedules. Now you all can click on plus. Still no are clicking. So no. This should be there because we missed one class this week that I have to take up. Okay, fine. So one class, the next class is on 19th Feb. That is day after tomorrow, Friday. So then we will start working with design considerations for PLSQL code. In that session, we will discuss about triggers. 2 topics will be discussed in that day. On that day, 2 topics, right? Then again, we will meet on the schedule. I will share it to you all. Then according to that, it would be. But after 19th, there will be no class till 26th. Okay? That also you should remember. Is it clear to you all? Any questions? I don't think so. You have some questions. Can you postpone the exam next month? No. That I will confirm on day after tomorrow. Okay? Akshay? Schedule, in case of any schedule change, I will inform. Don't worry. Happy Raksha Bandhan. Do well. Prepare well. All of you. You don't think about the schedules and other things. Very simple. Next class is on day after tomorrow, Friday. Remaining all the things, be adhered to your schedules. Spend happily. Happy Raksha Bandhan. Thank you all. Participate in feedback. Then all can leave for today. Yes, Vijani, thank you. Manoj?